Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to my Fire Emblem Three Houses stream, where I'm going to play Azure Moon 100% with all of my characters in Knight type master classes. So Dark Knights, Holy Knights, Great Knights, Bow Knights, etc. When last we left off yesterday, we had just finished chapter 2. We had farmed Costas for some experience. And we are now marching on to chapter 3, where we meet Ash's adoptive father, Lonato, who really does not deserve the Father of the Year award. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. We have managed to put everybody into beginner classes, so that should help us a lot. But we'll have to see how it turns out. My main worry this time around in this chapter is that we are going to have Catherine on the final map, and Catherine is super strong at this point of the game, so we're gonna have to make sure she doesn't steal all of our kills. Anyway, let's continue. We pretty much left off right at the start of chapter 3, which means we have a bunch of monastery stuff to do. We're also gonna unlock some things in the monastery, so that's gonna be fun. And then we will probably mostly stick to the monastery just because we need to recruit everybody. And that means we need a lot of supports, we need a lot of meals. So we're going to try to get all of that done. Let's see. What's actually the level requirement for the final battle? Level 5. Okay, we are level 5, so we really don't have to fight much, and we don't have any special monster battles or anything like that coming up as well. Interhouse reception means we definitely have to have meals here, and Sweet Tooth Week also means we should have meals here if we can, because during those special meal events, the support points are going to be boosted for every character who is part of that event, who likes the food that is part of the event. So we're gonna have to make sure we get in on that. We have 3 instructions, so we really need to motivate our people. How many goals do we have? Okay, so we got a bunch of people that we could probably motivate just with lost items. But Felix and Annette, for example, are good candidates for the Sweet Tooth Week because Annette has a sweet tooth. And then we'll have to see, I think, Happy and Ash. Ash already is fully motivated. Okay, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, we have a bunch of supports to watch. The way this is going to go is, for the people who I don't want to pair up, I'm only going to watch it up to the B support. For the people that I do want to pair up, I will also watch the A support. That is the easiest way to ensure that you only get the paired endings that you want, and not some other random paired endings. Anyway, let's go. Dimitri and Ash. This is actually kind of appropriate because Ash is gonna have a horrible chapter.
This tent is torn. Can you please fix this one first, Ash?
Absolutely.
Sorry. I should probably take care of it myself, but we'd be here until sundown if I...
No problem at all. I've had lots of practice with things like this. Happy to help however I can.
Oh. Well, thanks. Actually, I'll fetch you something to make the job less of a burden. You like sweet things, right?
Well, yes. Sorry, no. I can't ask you to do that.
Ash, I've told you, there's no need to act like that.
I can't have someone from the royal family running errands for me. It doesn't feel right. Lonato would be furious with me, I'm sure.
If Lord Lonato says something to you, I'll write him a letter of protest. I really don't mind, so you needn't worry about that. And while I'm being candid, I'd prefer it if you didn't speak so formally to me.
The idea of Dimitri writing a letter of protest to Lonato at this point in time, as Lonato is busy attacking the church, is honestly kind of hilarious. That is splendid timing on the support. I'm pretty sure this also changes if you do it after chapter 3, because obviously events are going to happen that are going to make writing a letter to Lonato kind of moot. So it's actually kind of hilarious seeing the support before that event. I don't think I've ever seen it before that event.
We're supposed to be allies. We fought side by side as equals, haven't we?
I know, but to commoners like me, you're royalty. Regular folks normally only lay eyes on someone like you once or twice in their whole lives.
I understand, I really do. When I ascend the throne, perhaps I should do a tour of each city.
What? No, that's not what I meant.
I'm at a loss. I wish to make things better, but I seem to only upset you more and more.
Bless Dimitri's heart, he's trying. But it is really kind of wild when you think about it. Like these days, you usually know who is the head of your country because you see them all over TV, you see them on the news, you see them on the internet. But when you think about it, back before all that, if you were living 200 miles away in some little hickwater town, away from the capital, you would never ever see your king. You would never ever even know what the person who's at the top of the country looks like. That is so weird from a modern perspective.
That is certainly not my intention. Perhaps I should leave you be and take care of our shopping.
Please, I promise I'll go myself just as soon as I finished with the tent.
Ash, enough! Okay. I have a question. Answer me this. I don't normally eat sweets. So what would you recommend?
Oh, well, if price isn't a concern for you, then you should go for the sugar candies. The ones they make in town are really delightful. Oh, Your Highness, please, you mustn't.
Got it. Sugar candies it is. I'll go and fetch some.
Your Highness, please come back. I'm so sorry. I'll make sure these repairs get done.
Poor Ash. And poor Dimitri. He really just wants to have friends, and everybody's like, no, you're our king, you can. It's like, fuck off. Oh my god, this support line always destroys me. But all of the duos supports are usually pretty good. So let's go.
At this time of year, the fish are fat. Simply grilling them will bring out their best flavor.
Thank you for the follow, Oni.
Steaming them with herbs is delicious too.
Wow, you know a lot about this. I'm learning so much from you to do. Were you a cook at the castle in Ferdiad?
No.
Did your family own an eatery of some kind?
No. My sister and I helped with cooking at home.
Wow, that's all? I thought I was confident about my skills, but next to you, I feel like an amateur. Hey, could you give me some advice about other kinds of meat besides fish?
Yeah, I only just started streaming again last week on Sunday, so this is the third stream since I started again, trying to get back into the flow.
Ash.
Yes, Dudu?
Why do you spend time with me?
Thank you, Oni.
We're friends, right? I just want to get to know you better. Is that so odd?
I am from Dusker.
So, look at me. I came from a life of poverty. I was lucky to even be let in here to study with all these high-class people.
The same.
I think we have a lot in common.
Being poor and being from Dusker are two different things.
Oh, I know. But we can still be friends, can't we?
You are a peculiar person.
So I'm told.
Yeah. Those are not the same thing, like, not even remotely close, but poor Ashy has a habit of putting his foot in his mouth a bit.
Dudu, hey. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not bothering you. Looks like you're pretty deep in thought.
Does it?
I just wanted to stop by and ask. It was your turn to cook last night, yeah?
Yes.
Well, it was great. I was wondering if you could give me some tips. You know, teach me how to cook. I hear a girl loves a man who can cook.
Sylvain.
Yeah?
You are from Fargus. You must understand how it appears for you to spend time with one from Dusker. To be near me is to invite tedious misunderstanding.
Oh, please. I don't care who misunderstands what about me. I talk to who I want. Besides, I believe the Dusker people are innocent.
Yeah, Sylvain is like, my reputation is already so far in the gutter, like, there's not much more that you can do to me. Like, people already think I'm a loser. It's okay. There's nothing you can do to my reputation that's going to make it any worse.
You do.
Fargus and Dusker have been friendly since, heck, forever. So why would our old friends from Dusker just up and assassinate our king? It doesn't make sense. Sure, there are probably folks from Dusker who don't like Fargus. But do I think there's enough of them to mount an attack and slaughter the king and his whole company of elite guards?
It is difficult to believe, considering the discrepancy in skill and number.
Right? At most, I can see a misguided group of people from Dusker conspiring with someone else who had plans to dethrone the king. Maybe they were even lured into participating and used as scapegoats.
I love this because it clearly shows that Sylvain, for all his skirt chasing and all his like silly, goofy exterior, is actually a really smart person. Like, he has picked up on all the things that actually point towards the people of Dusker not having committed the murder of King Lambert.
Regardless, it doesn't concern you or the rest of your people. A person can't be judged by the worst of their kind. Or where would any of us be?
True.
Besides, people like to talk about me anyway, so let them talk. Okay, you're making a weird face. What did I say?
I have misjudged you. I was under the impression you only cared about women.
Well, he did kind of come to you asking you to teach him how to cook so he could impress the ladies, so I can see why you got there, Dudu. I can see.
Well, I'm glad I've cleared up that misunderstanding. But really, there's no way I'm the only person who figured all that out. There must be people who think like me in Ferdiad, including His Highness.
Agreed. But whatever the truth, we are still perceived as traitorous assassins.
Once a misunderstanding takes hold, it isn't easy to clear the air. Not without solid evidence of the truth. But even if we found evidence that your people are innocent, those negative sentiments wouldn't disappear overnight. The only thing that can change that is time and effort. Depressing, isn't it?
Time and effort. Yes, I believe you're right.
Man, that got serious. Shouldn't we lighten things up with a nice cooking lesson?
Very well.
No, Sylvain, I actually like the serious support. No, only that would be the Ace Attorney series with the objection meme. This is basically a mixture of JRPG, strategy game, and dating sim. And I actually think I'm gonna take a break from the supports because it's already gotten pretty long. How many more do we have? Oh god, we have a lot more. Okay, we're gonna finish the ones for the duo. So basically just this one. And then we're gonna do some actual gameplay because I don't want to sit here just watching supports for half an hour. It gets very tedious.
What was that noise?
Well, as you can see, the pan kind of exploded. Just a little.
How did you manage that?
I looked away for a moment and the pan just went boom! Ugh, I'm grateful nothing caught fire, but now the kitchen is a mess.
Are you hurt?
Oh, no, I just got a little spooked. I really lucked out, didn't I? That could have turned out much worse.
Indeed. But do not turn your back next time. Your life could depend on it.
Right. Sorry. I'll be more careful from now on.
Let me help you.
Huh?
I will help you clean up.
No, I can't let you do that. This is all my fault. You shouldn't have to help me.
I have time. Let us fix this quickly. We will need to prepare more food before the others arrive at the dining hall.
Oh, you're right. So, after we clean up, you're also gonna help me cook?
You object?
Of course not. I'm just so sorry to bother you with this.
Well, it's better than setting the kitchen on fire again, Annette. She is such a lovable disaster. Okay, as said, we're gonna do the rest of them a bit later. Oh yeah, mission assistance. We can now basically invite one person to help us on a mission. We are not going to do that because it's going to be really tricky to make sure they don't get killed. So we're just gonna get most of our support points either through giving lost items or through sharing meals with students.
You have spent quite some time in here engaging in such idle chatter. Do you not know that we have not a moment left to waste? You must try harder from now on.
Sophis, the only person I've been chatting with in this room is you. You do know there's two people in a conversation, right? Ah, little gremlin. We have anybody over there? No. Okay, let's go. We start by going to the Abyss, as usual, checking in on the wolves. They will have new dialogue every single month. But aside from that, there's really not much point in going down there unless you have a lost item that you wish to return or something like that. And of course we get to talk to Abyss Keeper as soon as he loads in. There he is. Hello.
Hey you, listen up. I've got something to report. Lots of things happen down here. Lots of reports need to be reported. And for all reportable things, I'm your guy. Oh, have you explored Abyss yet? Some shiny treasures here. Much better than up top. Fact, treasure likes to be underground. You're one of those treasure snobs who thinks their treasure is better than everyone else's, are ya? Those types really get my goat.
I love this dude.
The thing is, despite what my appearance might suggest, I was actually born a noble. No one in my generation bore a crest, however. When the next generation proved to be flush with crests, my father and I were cast aside.
I don't exactly remember which of the houses from the Black Eagles it was. If it was Ferdinand's or Linhardt's. But there is one of the Black Eagle houses where you actually learn in the supports that there was a generation where there was practically no crest, and then suddenly, boom, there was another generation with lots of crests. So I'm thinking he's from that. We're not going to talk to the influencer because we've already unlocked everything. Not that we even need it anyway. We are going to pick up this quest though.
Sir, do you have some need of me? I assure you, I am busier than I may seem. You would argue the point? Do you claim to have a view inside my mind? Yes, I thought not. I'm doing strenuous mental exercises. My magical theories require rigorous fine-tuning. I shall never finish this task if I am not left to my own devices. Run along now. I have a small request.
Alright. So this secret roster, the main deal with it is once you have it, you will be able to get one answer wrong during the tea time, which is something that's going to be introduced, I think, in 2 or 3 chapters from now. And it will also give you little hints for whom the lost items belong to. Now, the lost items I don't really mind because I have played this game so often I know exactly which item belongs to whom. With maybe the exception of Edelgard's, Claude's, and Hubert's because I haven't played their routes very often. But the tea time is always useful because I legit have to look it up every single time. Anyway, we are going to just accept this quest. We're probably not going to do it just yet because right now we only have 1 battle point, which is not a lot, and if I have the choice between going to the monastery and getting 2 to 3 meals done per day and getting instruction in everything and getting gardening done, or doing 1 lousy battle, I am going to the monastery because it's just going to be worth so much more. We're going to get so much more done if we go to the monastery.
Hey, pal. Haven't seen any suspicious types on the surface lately, have you? Beefy, mean-looking folks? Beautiful. Guess those lowlifes haven't tracked me down yet. Bounty hunters are the worst, yeah? They can't just let me be, so I have to go through the trouble of roughing them up.
Or you could just pay your debts, Balthus. How about that?
Nope. Someone's raising an army in the kingdom, I heard. Normally I wouldn't care about that kind of thing. But this army's picking a fight with the church, so as far as I'm concerned, more power to them. Hate's a strong word. I'm just saying, they might have a good reason to rebel. Rhea and her lackeys like to pretend they're always in the right, but they're not. No one is.
Yeah, you are aware that this army is also marching through innocent villages and shit like that, so... I'm not gonna give them credit for that.
Can't say I'm surprised about Lord Lenato launching a rebellion. The writing was on the wall. If anything, it's more surprising it didn't happen sooner. Lord Lenato answers to Count Rowe of Fargus, the man who adopted me. That's how I got into the academy. I'm not in contact with the Count anymore, but that's how I know so much. Gaspard territory smacks of war. It'll be interesting to see how things shake out.
It's not gonna turn out well for Lenato. Spoilers. Okay,
Mercy, I beg you! Costas never meant to attack the church. He was tricked. They don't understand that. They'll kill me. But you can let me go. Please!
I'm not actually sure if this turns out to be a lie or not. I would have to look up the dialogues because I haven't played this game in a while. But you can choose to either let him go or apprehend him. If you choose to apprehend him, Sophis will approve. Because, let's face it, this guy knew very well that basically trespassing on holy ground was punishable by death. So, you know, if you wanted to run away, you should have done that before you went to the Red Canyon, so no.
I understand. Then take me to the surface.
Ah, at least he's accepting it with dignity. Alright, let's go.